What's up YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today is a little bit of a follow-up to a video I posted on January 2nd about some silver that I bought from APMEX during their Cyber Monday sale. So I need your opinion on this. So let's jump into it. So like I said, this is a follow-up. I'll post the original video right about here and down in the description down below, so you can go watch that video in its entirety if you like, and I'm sure I'll show a few clips if I can figure out how to get them into this video of that other coin. But what we got here, and I've already opened it, and I've actually, in fairness, I've already looked at the coin to kind of collect my thoughts on this. But to give you a little bit of the story, I did get a BU. I bought a BU random date Morgan silver dollar from APMEX. It showed up. There was a delay in shipping due to an error or an issue I had in giving them payment. I did receive the coins on the day that I left for like a 10-day Christmas vacation. So by the time I got home and looked at it, the return window was well past. And what I would like to say is APMEX has been an absolute pleasure to work with. Their customer service is outstanding, because their return policy says I have 7 days to return whatever it is I purchased that I'm unhappy with. And I was well into day 14, 18, something, well into that window. But they listened to my story, and they were all too happy to put together a return request. So a big thank you to APMEX. I think they're a stand-up company. That's why I'm an affiliate of theirs. Again, my affiliate link for them is down in the description below. I just think they're a really wonderful company. That said, this is the first time that I, really had some disappointment when I bought, and I'm honestly, I'm trying to figure out how disappointed I am in part 2 of this. So let's get the coin out. That's enough of this kind of chattering on. I believe I got an 1880. I'll put it in a little thing down here below, and again, we can go back and watch the original video. And it was like an 1880O or an 1880P. I can't remember. It had tons and tons of bag marks, right? It definitely was brilliant. It had a really nice finish on it, but it just had a ton of bag marks. And the other coin, Lady Liberty, was all slashed up. I had a lot of chatter in the fields. It just, to me, didn't really quite read like a brilliant uncirculated coin. This replacement is an 1884O. And when you take it out of the bag and just look at it from about where you guys are sitting, where I'm sitting, this actually looks like a massive improvement. It's definitely brilliant. I know I haven't taken it out of the plastic. It definitely still has some of that mint luster, right? So from a mint state luster perspective, I think we're there. We've got a little bit of discoloration up here, and I'll put this under the scope in a second so we can look at it a little bit closer. But there's a lot of stuff on this coin that to me takes it out of that uncirculated status. For one, we've got tons of wear down here on the ear. We've got a huge chunk taken out of Lady Liberty's nose. And I have about 6 ring damage chunks taken out around here. And what I would love to hear from you guys in the crowd, I did have, and I'll put it up on the screen, I did have one viewer leave in the comments like, my expectations are too high, and APMEX is probably going to get my coin and send me something worse just to stick it to me. I don't think that's what they did here, I'll be honest, but some of that's ringing true, because while I think this is an improvement in many ways, in a lot of ways, I think it's also a step back. And for instance, if this coin didn't have a chunk out of the nose and all the ring damage, I would still be disappointed in some of the wear, but I think this would be a better coin, and I would probably be happy with it. Looking at the reverse, again, the reverse looks great. The reverse I don't have really many problems with. I think under the scope you're going to be able to find bag marks and a little bit of, sort of, I'll call it wear or rubbing from maybe being in the bag with other coins, but I think it's acceptable. So that's enough of me talking about this coin. Let's go over to the computer, get it under the scope, and I'll show you some of the problem areas on this. And like I said, at any point during this video, please just pause it, head down below, let me know in the comments, am I just being too hard on this coin? Am I being too hard on APMEX? Is this really what a BU Morgan is supposed to look like? Because, and I know I said we were going to the computer, but give me a second here. The other thing I want to show you is when I look at Redbook, it does say for AU, we should have slight trace of wear on the bust, shoulder, and hair left of forehead and on eagle's breast and top edges of wings. That's about uncirculated. So if I had paid for an about uncirculated coin and had wear, I'd be okay. But I paid for a brilliant uncirculated coin. And at an MS60 uncirculated, that's no trace of wear, mint luster present. May be noticeably marred by scuff marks or bag abrasions. Which, looking back, I think the first coin I got probably did fit in that category. I had tons and tons and tons of scuff marks and bag abrasions, right? But we didn't have any really big signs of wear from circulation, and we still had pretty good mint luster on that thing. This coin, I think we've hit that mint luster, but we definitely have traces of wear, which to me drops us down into the AU category. But again, would love to know your comments. So I'm going to stop there, and we're going to get over to the computer right now and look at this under the scope. All right, so I've got this under the scope, and keep in mind, I haven't taken it out of the plastic, so you're going to see some oddity in the way the light's playing on this, and I'll try to move the coin around to get you guys as good a view as we can. So just keep in mind that some of what you see may just be the plastic playing games, and I'll try to continue to move the coin around. But the first thing I want to bring your attention to is here on the nose, and you can see that we have a giant chunk taken out of the nose here. It's obvious in person. It's a little hard to see on screen, and that's why I'm moving it, but we've got a big crack down the kind of the left-hand side of the nose, or maybe the center of the nose, how we look here. And right there is a big giant chunk taken out of the nose. You can see it's a big crater. To me, that's not a bag mark, as far as I know. That is literally a piece of the design just missing. I don't grade enough of these things to know, but to me, that would tell me this has been circulated to some degree. I do think, compared to the previous coin, like we do see bag marks and stuff on here, I think that's really normal for this age of coin. In some ways, it is definitely less and less severe than we had on our previous coin. They're still there. I think for a BU coin, though, we qualify. So I'm not real unhappy about that. I will say here's another area. I did go on PCGS. I looked at some like MS60, MS61, MS62 coins, and they did show some signs of wear, and I know my finger is going to be huge under this magnification, here in the hair above the ear. Where my concern is a little bit is that wear extends all the way down to the ear. So we can see there's a pretty big loss of detail down into the ear. This lobe should actually be split. There should be a big sort of cavern kind of right here where the end of my finger is. It's really obvious in person when you move it in the light that this has been, it's been rubbed almost. It's almost shinier than the rest of the coin. So that gives me some pause. And the last thing, and I mentioned it, maybe you saw it under the regular magnification, but, I've got a big old ring ding here, again, where my finger is. There's another one. See, come around the coin here. There's a couple small ones. There's 3 or 4 right in a row. There's another one. There's a big chunk taken out. There's another big chunk taken out. There's a huge chunk taken out. There's another chunk taken out. There's another one. I mean, there's just tons of rim damage on this coin. And I just, again, I don't have the experience here. So if you guys do, is that normal for a brilliant uncirculated coin? To me, that kind of damage doesn't come from being in the bag, unless that bag was on Santa's, back, being thrown around as he traveled around the world. So I don't know. Those are the things that give me pause about this coin. Like I said, in some ways, I kind of wish that I had just stuck with the commenters that I mentioned earlier in the video and just been happy with it. But part of me is really just wanting to return this and have them replace it with some standard silver bullion, or just get my money back, because perhaps my standards are just too high. For completeness, I'll show you guys as much of the back as I can, knowing the back has the big APMEX bar in it, but little ring damage there. How are we turned around here? Give me a second. I got to fix the coin. Here we go. Can I get this under here? There we go. So you can see the O on the back. Again, we've got our typical bag marks in the fields and some marking in the coin, and a lot of that is fairly acceptable. Just from the images I've seen. I don't know if that's almost, it looks a little bit like a ring of death, but I don't think that's what it is. decent detail on the breast feathers and in the wings. We're not going to show the entirety of the back, but in general, the eye appeal on this, not under magnification, is really, really nice. I think it's a good-looking coin, but just wanted to give you a little bit of the back. Here we can see some wear on the talons of the eagle. Again, to me, that's not just, you know, necessarily bag marks and bag wear, but again, let me know in the comments down below. So to wrap this up, kind of here's the coin just under sort of a 1x magnification on my camera. Like I said, really nice eye appeal. It's just kind of when you start looking at the details, there's a lot of flaw in this. So again, just what do? I really want your opinion. Hang on to it, send it back, try to replace it. I think in my conversation with APMEX, if I return it again, they're really looking at sort of a refund scenario or possibly replacing it with something else. But I'd be real curious what you guys would do. Part of me just wants to say hang on to it, and it's a lesson learned. You know, for something like this, I really just need to buy in person at an LCS or understand that I'm just taking a gamble. So anyway, that's really all I have to share today. I wish I could say I was super happy. I am super happy with the customer service received by APMEX. I will say that. That has been fantastic. I'm sure there are other companies that would be harder to work with. So, you know, again, APMEX, if you're watching, I really appreciate how easy you are to work with. I just wish that there was a little bit more, perhaps a little bit more discerning eye on this, or perhaps I had lower expectations. It's one of the two. So anyway, we'll end it here. You guys let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you like this video, click that like button. I've asked for you guys to comment down below tons and tons of times. If you're just watching this and don't have an opinion, just comment. Let me know you watched it and enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, as you can see, this is a follow-up video. So if you want to make sure you catch all of my videos, click on that subscribe button and click on that little bell and select all so you get notified every time I do release a new video. So I'm going to hang on to this for another day or two, and I'll be reaching out to APMEX probably just to see what my options are. And in the meantime, please do comment. Let me know what I should do. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.